here we have two radicals, and I'm trying to divide them. So in order to do that, since we have, or especially since we have a square root and a sixth root, so not the same type of root, I'm going to change these from radical form into exponential form. So this is the same as x to the power of 7 over 2. Again, since this radical doesn't have a number there, there's like an invisible 2 here. It's a square root, so that becomes the denominator of this exponent. And then here in the denominator of my original problem, x to the 5th, that 5 is going to be the numerator of my exponent, and this 6 becomes the denominator of my exponent. Okay, so now that I'm in exponential form, I can think about what to do with these exponents. Since I have division here, that means I'm going to subtract the exponents. So I'm doing 7/2 minus 5/6. I do not have common denominators here, so I need to find one. 6 is a multiple of 2, so that means I can just change 7 over 2. 5/6 can stay as it is, so 6 is going to be my common denominator. So to get to 6, I'm going to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 3 for this fraction. So 7 times 3 gives me 21. 2 times 3 gives me 6. So 21 over 6 minus 5 over 6. Okay. 21 minus 5 gives me 16 over 6. Now, if it's possible to simplify this fraction, I want to do that now. It will just make my life a little bit easier before. So 16 and 6 are both even numbers, which means they are both multiples of 2. So this can be simplified as 8 over 3. Running out of space here. Okay, so that means I can rewrite this as, let me go to my next color, x to the power of 8 over 3. So now I've come down to just a single x raised to an exponent. Now I'm going to change this from exponential form back into radical form. So this 3 from the denominator of my exponent, that is going to give me a cube root of x to the 8th power. I'm almost done, but I can simplify this radical because 8, the exponent inside the radical, is larger than 3, so that means I can simplify it. So I'm going to think about this by doing 8 divided by 3. Now the closest multiple of 3 that's below 8 is 6, so I know I can think about the fact that 3 times 2 is 6. So 8 divided by 3 would be 2, and then I have a remainder of 2, since from 6 it would take 2 more for me to get up to 8. Or I could think of this as 2 and 2/3 as a mixed number. So this tells me how to write the simplified version of this radical. I can take out some x's out of the radical. So I'll have x to the 2nd power because of this 2, my whole number. And then I still have a cube root here of x to the 2nd. So this would be the fully simplified version of my radical.